Fraud in the construction industry comes from a variety of sources and a variety of guises. That's part of what makes it so unique. If you just think about a typical construction project, let's assume something like built the San Antonio Coliseum, where we're sitting now. You've got a municipal contracting agency. You've got a consulting, design, or engineering, or architect corporation. You've got a primary contractor. You've got dozens, probably dozens of subcontractors. Some of them may have subcontractors. Then you've got labor. You've got union labor and non-union labor. And all of these pieces come together to create the building or the bridge or the roadway at the end of the project. All of those interactions are sources of potentially fraudulent activity. And the trick in a large-scale construction project is to somehow keep an eye on all those moving parts and every particular transaction in it to be sure that fraud doesn't bubble up to the surface. It's a very difficult job. It requires a great deal of attention to both the big global picture, so that you have an idea where to focus your attention and when, and to the intimate details of a particular transaction. What an integrity monitor essentially is a highly skilled organization composed of people just like CFEs who contract with the public contracting agency. So the entity that owns the road construction or the bridge repair or the convention hall construction. And their job is to, if you will, sit on top of the construction project, to watch all of the players and to observe what goes on and to be sure that the transactions are clean and appropriate. So, for example, an integrity monitor is not going to say, oh no, the column holding up the bridge should be over here, not over here. No, that's an engineering choice. And that's not what an integrity monitor is going to do. But when that pier is being built and the concrete is being poured, which is probably going to take in 4 or 5 steps if it's a big enough pier, they're going to watch each concrete pour. And they're going to be sure that the appropriate procedures, according to the construction specifications appropriate to that job, is followed. Not only are they going to be sure the specifications are followed, is that they're going to be sure the field inspectors for the public agency who are there watching the contractor, being sure that for instance, concrete can only be used typically within 90 minutes of when the concrete truck is filled. So you're going to be buying it from a plant that's not too far away. Hopefully there's not too much traffic. They're going to start this at 3 o'clock in the morning for all of those sorts of reasons. But concrete has to be pumped out of the truck. Now, if the concrete pump breaks down, all of a sudden the truck is sitting there and that concrete is churning in the back of the truck and the clock's running. So you have to be sure, and that's the field inspector's job, to be sure that that truck is not sitting more than 90 minutes from the time it was filled. And then when the concrete is poured, it has to be tested. So concrete's taken out of the truck and tested. Concrete, once it's poured and has dried a little bit, there'll be a core drilled into it, taken out, tested at 10 days, tested at 28 days, whatever the specifications are, depending on the amount of weight the concrete's going to have to hold up. So there's a lot of pieces that go to that. What the integrity monitor will do is simply observe the process, to be sure that the concrete pour was according to specifications, to be sure that the field inspector acted according to his or her specifications, to be able to report back up the line to the contracting agency that from an integrity point of view, you can have confidence in what has happened here. So it's not second guessing the engineers, but it's taking a look at the integrity of the process. A fixed price contract is also called a lump sum contract, where a public construction agency puts out an RFP, let's say, for the repair of a bridge, and they want the contractors, when they respond, to tell me, I'm going to do all the work described in the project for a price. And here it is. This is my price, and I promise to you that everything's going to get done unless it's unforeseen circumstances. And so the purpose behind a lump sum contract from the public agency's point of view is that it's an attempt to transfer the risk to the contractor. So if the risk becomes the contractor's if a subcontractor screws up and is performing suboptimally, then if he's got to replace him or go back and do repair work, those expenses have to be borne by the contractor, not by the public contracting agency. So it's an effort to create financial certainty for the contracting agency and to transfer the risk to the contractor.